A bowl of Lucky Charms almost got me laid. Now that is an oversimplification of events, but I can explain. It's 8 a.m. as I drag my feet into my first class of the day. For a college student, any class before 10 a.m. is pure torture. But I was a naive little 18-year-old freshman just learning this lesson. The only thing I had going for me was this big-ass bowl of Lucky Charms I get every morning at the university kitchen in the same building. This leprechaun was doing his goddamn best to keep me awake during class. The class itself was Roman mythology, which sounds awesome, right? Greek mythology has gods of cool things like thunder, war, and simps. Roman gods are like the budget version of Greek gods, many named after the planets like Jupiter and Mars, or were the planets named after them? Anyways, the frustrating thing is that in that class, we kept focusing on gods like Ceres, goddess of wheat, and Pales, god of, cows. God of cows. Really, Pales? That's your choice, huh? Out of all the animals in the known world, and you choose to be the god of moo? I mean, yeah. Yeah, okay, I can stand by that. So after hearing about the 12th god of rural farming, all I can think is, if I don't find somebody to talk to, I am going to die in this class. So the next day, I walk into class, big ass bowl of Lucky Charms in hand, and my brain does this Terminator scan of the room, highlighting all the cute girls with empty seats next to them. Because as Yeezus once said, heard they'd do anything for a Klondike, well, I'd do anything for a blonde. Now here's where I differ from Mr. West, as I make my premium choice and sit next to this pretty redhead near the back of the class. But I realized I haven't formulated an actual plan to talk to her. My only thoughts were on my bowl of cereal. So I approached her, my mind repeating, okay, don't say she's magically delicious. Don't say she's magically delicious. Don't worry about it. You're great at improv, said my brain. And I plant my ass next to that pretty redhead, take a bite of cereal, and turn to her to state, you know, I wish Lucky Charms would make a version with only marshmallows. You've been hit by a smooth criminal. Great at improv? Oh, jeez. I should have just opened with hi. It's a classic for a reason. Somehow, she threw me a bone and actually talked to me. Whoa. She introduced herself, and for this story, let's call her, Ginger. Ginger and I ended up becoming friends, and this class became one that I would actually look forward to. Then one day, about a week later, we're walking through campus after class, and she asks me, hey, do you want to come see my dorm? Now, nothing out of the ordinary, just a friendly peek at her room decor, not like she has any ulterior motives or anything. And as we're heading to her dorm, she tells me, I was put in a double room, but they didn't give me any roommates, so I get the whole room to myself. Wow, no roommate? What a sweet deal, I replied, unaware of the subtext behind her words. We walk into her room, and I go to flip the light switch, but Ginger puts her hand on mine to stop me and says, wait, I got something better. She turns on this string of Christmas lights that blanket the room in this romantic golden glow. All I thought was, golly gee, Christmas lights in your dorm? That's so energy efficient. Oh, you sweet summer child. Ginger leads me into the room and I spot a record player. By gosh, by golly, is that an actual record player? To show me how it worked, she puts on a vinyl from the 50s. This slow piano tune washes over the room. And again, all I thought was, my goodness, aren't old records just swell? At this point, I feel like I'm Dora the Explorer. We need to find the signs that this girl is into me. They're right behind you. Where are the signs? Right there. Over here? No, Dora. Fuck! So while like Sinatra is serenading us, she sits on her bed, and I sit on the unoccupied bed on the other side of the room. Ginger sees me sitting across the room and points to the wall of Polaroids hung up next to her bed and says, come look at these. I went over and climbed onto her bed, my stupid ass thinking, oh, Polaroids, what an aesthetic! As we sat on her bed talking about the photos, she began making the effort to scoot closer. We're sitting on the bed, romantic music flooding the room, perfect mood lighting. Our thighs are literally touching, and we both know full well there is no roommate coming to interrupt us. I look at her, she looks at me. And as I stared into her beautiful blue eyes, I open my mouth and say, well, gotta get ready for class. See ya! Good God. Just strip me down and cover me in that bottle of extra virgin olive oil, because even if this girl was holding a sign that said, kiss me, you idiot, I would have said, golly gee, that's a cool sign. Wish I had one. So I end our little date with, you've got a cool room. Thanks for showing me. And I get up to leave. Ginger follows me to the door and gives me a hug, saying, oh, thanks for checking it out. I'll see you in tomorrow's class. And I walk out of that dorm. Not only did I reach peak virginity, I planted my damn flag on that mountain. I can only imagine after I left, her turning and saying, damn it, Sinatra, I trusted you. The only reason I realized my mistake was later on that day, I went to hang out with two of my friends. I told them, hey, my friend from Lucky Charms class showed me her cool dorm room, and recited the whole story to them. They, being both female, were already much smarter than I was. They told me I missed so many signs. Nonsense, I said. Signs? The fuck they talking about? Then one friend asked me, Tanner, what do you consider romantic? Well, I love candles, like good mood lighting. Maybe a bit of romantic music. You and the girl are all alone. Oh, shit.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I had unknowingly matrix dodged every move this girl made on me. I never brought up anything to Ginger about knowing she was into me at that moment, and we still remained good friends in that class. But I never got invited back to her dorm. 'Cause like a mature woman, Ginger saw all my, unintentional, signs that I wasn't into her romantically and moved on. Irony at its finest. Mwah. Moral of the story, girls, if you are into us, you literally have to tell us. And tell us again like 2 or 3 more times just to be thorough, because we probably won't believe you the first time. And boys, virginity is cool. Remain pure, you clueless idiots. If collecting stuffed animals was a gateway drug, Webkinz was that injection of heroin straight into our veins. When friends would come over, I would desperately have to hide my Webkinz. I'd gather like all 20 of them and shove them into my closet. Soon, while my sisters were shopping at the Webkinz Goodwill, I was dressing my Webkinz up in that Gucci.